Let me make sure I can darken it. It's a little. Hi there, everybody. Great to be with you. I've got my good friend Scott Brown standing right here behind me, and I am here to let you get to know him. We are having him be our speaker at the 5th Summer Sundown Music and Talk Series, which is happening next Thursday, September 3rd, same time, same place. Same time is 7 p.m. for the music, 8 p.m. for the talk, and the place is right in your very own homes. You can register for this event at www.hopeforlongmont.org. And remember, this is our last one, so we would love to have you with us. Now, I'm going to hand the microphone over to Scott so he can have a chance to share more with you about himself and about why we would have him be the speaker on the Social Challenge Talk. Our topic is race, gender, ethnicity, and the wound of separation. That's a big one, like all of them, really. So let me hand the microphone over. Make sure I can get you there. Good. Great. Yeah, so Scott, tell us a little bit about yourself, your history, and why I'd be asking you to be the speaker for this talk.
Good questions. Well, thank you, Kelly, and it feels so good to be out here on a cool, kind of stormy night because it's been so hot, and so it's just really nice to be here. What got me interested in peacemaking and healing separation, I think it was self-preservation for me. It really came after a divorce when I was in quite a low point. And I was in my mid-40s. I wasn't a kid, but I had just enough self-awareness to know that it was time for me to do my work. And what I found was a peacemaker training in Boulder. So I moved from Nova Scotia to Boulder to start this work. And one training led to another, one mentor led to another. And it's been 16 years of learning and growing and healing my own belief in separateness, writing a book about that process, and I'm still such a beginner in terms of learning about history and culture and context and spirituality, and it's been really rich and deep. And why you chose me is because we were housemates once, and I wrote a book about it, and you know that I'm passionate about it. So thank you for inviting me. I really look forward to the full interview and having more of a chance to talk about this and maybe offer some stories and experiential practice, and because separation is really kind of the deep work that we have to do right now. We're being called and encouraged.
And you spoke so well to it. We are really being hit with a lot of events happening that are leading us to feel alone, to feel divided, to feel polarized. And you've had some breakthroughs when it comes to being an activist in general. Can you give everybody just a glimpse of that? So I'm sure we can all relate to going about something in ways that we think is life-giving and finding out that we're coming from a place within ourselves that's separated.
Yeah, so before the divorce that I mentioned was about 15 years of being a professional activist with Greenpeace and different groups. I did that work in Canada for a while. And it was the only thing that resonated with me as a young man, of what I wanted to do, because I was not inspired to do anything else. So I did that. I did it with a minimal amount of consciousness and self-awareness. And I remember the press releases that I used to write, blaming and shaming the very people I was trying to influence. And it amazes me in hindsight that, not that I would do that because I didn't know any better, but neither did anyone else. Nobody took me aside and said, Scott, you might influence Governor Moore if you didn't blame and shame him in your press release. That's not how we did things in the circles that I moved in. And I really thank Canada for helping me see a better way. It's a little less us versus them there, especially in Nova Scotia, which is small, real sense of community. That person driving by you could be your uncle, for all you know, because people stay there and they've been there for a long time. So I had just enough self-awareness to know that there's a better way to do this. And so between that and the divorce, that's what got me on the path. And so I talk a lot now about transformational activism, deep nonviolence, how to really continue the legacy of Gandhi and King and the civil rights movement in a time when they've kind of fallen out of fashion in a lot of ways. But I think they gifted us with some foundations that are perennial and that we can build on. So the trainings that I'll be offering, is this a good time to mention that, or?
I was going to ask you to just what you're doing right now. The wind is blowing really strongly. How about if I have you move over here?
Sure.
That's great. We love being near the water and the mountains.
Wonderful.
So I think this is good.
So
share what you're doing right now and how people can learn more about you.
Yeah, part of my training was in restorative justice, which I know a lot of folks in Longmont will know about through the Longmont Community Justice Partnership, which I volunteered with. I also volunteered with the Boulder County Sheriff's Office for a while and ran that program. So I took my activism experience, my peacemaking experience, my restorative justice experience, bring it all together in what I'm calling Restorative Justice Unleashed. So it's community-led restorative justice, taking those principles and practices and empowering the community, us, with them, so that we can address the really tough issues that the restorative justice program isn't going to address. The system isn't going to address it, but we as community members can take it on and heal all the harm that is not going to get healed by anybody else. So the next training starts September 23rd, and we'll talk more about it on Thursday. But I would love to have people show up for that. And
if they don't want to wait, how can they get a hold of you or look at information about the training?
The best way is to email me, Scott at 4activepeace.com, and I'll send you the flyer.
Great. Take that away. So if you were tuning in or if you're watching this afterwards, you can see that Thursday's discussion is going to be a truly safe place for us to explore a really challenging topic. Now the topic again is gender, race, ethnicity, and the wound of separation. And I'm sure you've just gotten a glimpse as to why I would invite Scott to be the one I'm having a discussion with. Again, you can join us on September 3rd. First, we'll have music with Jessica Carson and Clandestine Amigo at 7, and then at 8 o'clock, Scott and I will take the deep dive. It will be live streamed from Unity Church of Boulder, and you can get information and register, and I'll send you your link at hopeforlongmont.org. I hope you'll join us, and reach out to Scott ahead of time if you want some more information. Take care. Bye.